look at the sound he's head. Oh, enough. Fuck it. Juwan X Don.
Except my STEEZ know what's going on. Just all.
Goddamn, bring y'all motherfucking Super Saturday Footy.
Saturday night footy. If you don't mind.
Shit, man. This was an ass group of games.
This was the return to earth game. Boy, we followed up a potential game of the year, game of the week round with, game of the round day. What the fuck type of day? Because this shit was snooze fest.
Yeah, granted, we went to bed at halftime, so we didn't really catch the end. We caught up on it later on, but goddamn.
Of the Saints Geelong game.
Yeah, the other two games, so man. I don't think worse than one bad game is two. Those shits was terrible. But getting into them, first we had Essendon Bombers versus Adelaide Crows. What was your thoughts coming into this one?
Coming in, I'm on record to say, damn, I don't think Essendon's as bad as I thought they were. I thought they were going to be, considering I picked them at the very bottom. Have been high on Adelaide, and Essendon might have changed my mind, man. I might be feeling happy about my predictions for the season. Early predictions of where I thought Essendon was going to land, because they did not show up today. They looked terrible, bro. And Adelaide, on the contrary, looked very good. Diet Hawthorne, if you will.
Yeah, I took the Crows going into this one. I really not too high on either of these teams, so I was expecting a closer game than this, but the Crows really came in and walked all over Bombers. It really wasn't shit they could do. When Bombers didn't have no time to even think about a decision. The Crows were just knocking it out their hand, bro. It was just constant pressure from the Crows pretty much the whole game, bro. It was...
Essendon is severely missing Kyle Langford and Jordan Ridley and a bunch of other players that they're missing. But one of the bright spots, I think, for them was Zach Merritt. He played like a captain.
For sure.
But as we all know, with footy, you can't be one player and put a whole team of 22 on your back. So, or 18 or whatever the case is. But I was proud of him. I was very disappointed in some of the players that usually do show up. Like Nick Martin didn't quite have the game that the involvement that he usually does. But Josh Shelley had a great impact early on in the game, just most of the game.
Yeah.
Riley Thilthorpe, he's becoming somebody to a premier forward in the comp.
I think he had like a crazy amount of contested marks inside 50. Ben Mackay couldn't hold on to that boy for sure.
Hell nah. And I just think the forward line in general from Adelaide is actually very potent. I don't like to praise Tex Walker, but we all know he can impact the game dangerously. And to have Darcy Fogarty as your third option at forward is, I think, a luxury, considering how accurate he is in front of goal and realizing that you need to have three defenders. That your third best defender is going to be the one holding him is usually going to be a mismatch, in my opinion. Jake Saligo just continues to play well, bro. He's going to be a great addition this year, considering that he jumped forward as a midfielder in the competition. Ben Keys had a great game as well, bro. Like, Ben Keys had a lot of involvement in this game, too.
For sure.
Had a big impact on the game. And we don't need to speak about Jordan Dawson. He shows up every week. So it was just way too much for Essendon, bro, to handle. Adelaide looking like the real deal. They had so many. How many scoring shots did they have? They were scoring left and right, bro, all night.
Shit, 25-11, so
36
scoring shots.
Yeah, bro. Like, Essendon didn't have a shot, bro. And it could have been way worse than it was.
Yeah, I will point out, like GB said in the chat, Essendon did score 100 points, and it makes you think Adelaide's defense is kind of questionable. But I think they kind of just let up after they had a comfortable lead. I don't think the Bombers ever had any chance in this game, so I don't know how much you can fault the defense for that.
Neil Bullen was a great addition to that team too, man.
Yeah.
I don't think they really have any big names down there and back, and I think that's why it's easy to kind of blame the defense.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you on the part of they really just let up and kind of knew that the game was over with. Sometimes they might shoot them in the foot sometimes against other better competition if they do get themselves on the high horse, but not against Essendon, bro.
Isaac Rankin had a good game too. Didn't say his name, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua Shelley 4 goals, Ben Keys 4 goals, Riley Dildorp and Fogarty 3 goals apiece. Yeah, man, they was looking dangerous.
Essendon did play a little physical towards some players though. Like Jay Saligo got rocked pretty hard. Sid Draper got in the game, got rocked hard. Ben Hobbs is fucking disappointing. I ain't gonna lie. I got him on my fantasy. That boy about to get dropped.
Disappointing. Maybe Ben McKay. That boy ass.
I have seen a lot of people complaining and saying, I'm glad we didn't get Ben McKay. I'm glad we didn't get Ben McKay. Because, yeah, man, you can't be giving up that much, man.
Shit. That's all I got for that game.
Yeah, I ain't got much to say about that one, man.
Shit, on to the next ass whoop. We have Port Adelaide Power versus Richmond Tigers.
And this one warms my heart, too, because everybody had a lot to say about Carlton, but now look at Essendon. Look at Richmond. Spare Lobster, how you feel about this loss, man? Yeah, this is just specifically for you. Yellow and black, both of y'all, man. I've been on my ass by Richmond, but what happened this game, man? Y'all did not have a shot in this game either. Port completely turned around how they played last week, and this is the Port that I expected to see. Without Zach Butters, I must add, too, it was actually very impressive. Richmond, this whole game, it just seemed like those players were just dropping like flies, not as far as injury goes, but just not able to stay on their feet. They're getting falling down in mark contests. They're getting knocked on their ass. And I think their youth really showed this game against a much more experienced side. They just look great. Connor Rosie had a monster game this game, bro. And there's just a lot to go around. Like Willem Drew he bounced back last week. He didn't have a great game, but he had a nice tackling exhibit this game. And yeah, I don't think Richmond really ever had a chance to come back in this game as well, man. It was just rough. A complete ass whoop thoroughly from the beginning to end.
Yeah, for sure. This definitely looked like a practice match for Port. They was really doing whatever they wanted. Richmond was just making goofy mistakes, and Port just casually moving the ball however they wanted down the field.
However, playing with them.
Man, there was times there was like 2-3 options. They just looking around like type shit. Which one can I take?
Moving backwards when it's not even necessary, bro. Like,
yeah, this was. This was a severe ass whooping.
Clinical.
Bro. Like, they got their ass whooped last week, but they was like, enough with that. With this shit, man.
This is going forward. Granted, Richmond's not the best team, obviously. But
right. This
is the type of performance I expect from Port. Like, Jason Horn, the fight. Remember the fight, bro?
Yeah.
That was.
I still don't really know what started, but I think he was mad at the wrong nigga there.
And it started the brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sam Powell Pepper's impressive too, bro. He had like 3 goals or something like that.
Yep, 3 goals.
He was trying to get one up. He was trying to be the best ball player this round, and Steele Sidebottom he's trying to show him up a little bit. Really real. He had his moments as well.
Georgiades with 4 goals.
Yeah, bro. Like the whole position group. Dropping Finlayson might have been the best decision they ever made because I was pretty disappointed in that since I had him on fantasy, but I did see something. They said it was more than just. I forgot what exactly their coach, the coach that's about to be replacing Ken Hinckley said, but it came to me. It seemed like it was along the lines of accountability and defensive effort, and that to me is great to hear because it sounds like you're upholding standards, and that's what's necessary if you need sustainability going forward, sustained success, and it worked out this game. So let's see if it works out against tougher competition as the season goes on.
That's really about how Lukosius got hurt earlier. I forgot what happened to him, but I know he didn't play the rest of the game.
That fat ass head.
Yeah, but that's really all for that one. On to the final game of the round.
This one is much more entertaining.
Yes, indeed. We have the Saints versus Geelong Cats. Shit, going into this one, based off the tip, everybody in our tipping comp at least picked Geelong. And I don't know what happened. Geelong really, I don't know if it's because Bailey Smith didn't play.
That had something to do with it.
But
Tom Stewart getting hurt early definitely had something to do with it. But I think the Saints boys came to play, though. I'll say that. They came with a much more concerted effort than they showed last week against Adelaide, bro.
Right off the bat, for real, because it's like, Like after the last two, just kind of expecting another ass whoop.
Yeah.
But then Saints came out and was punching her in the mouth from the start.
Sinclair had a much stronger effort. Jack Steele had a much stronger effort.
Yeah, I think it was 2 goals for the Saints in the first 5 minutes just to show they was here to play for real.
Yeah. I think Marcus Winhager did a good job of shutting Max Holmes out.
Yeah.
Because Max Holmes is a player that gets Geelong going, and he did a strong tag job on him in the first half. And Max Holmes didn't really get too involved until like the end of the first half. But Rowan Marshall did his thing in the ruck, and then Mitch Owens, I think this was his first game back this season, and he showed his impact heavily. Keeler, the young indigenous boy that was up front, he had a great game as well. And I just think the Saints played a lot harder. Zach Jones, like you could just go around the whole list. Jack McCray had a great game, bro.
Really, the whole Jack attack, bro. Jack McCray, Jack Steele, Jack St. Clair.
You might as well call him Jack Jones instead of Zach Jones. If only Jackson Higgins was here to play.
Shit, Jack Higgins.
Jack Higgins had a great first half, bro. They really were snapping, bro. The Jack attack, but yeah, the pressure was crazy. Really, the whole game, the Saints did not let up. There was just patches where you were just impressed to see how the effort that they gave in, and it was miles ahead of what they were doing last week. So I was impressed. I didn't expect the Saints to win this game, but I also did say that I wouldn't be surprised if they did win. Mm-hmm. But I do think Tom Stewart missing was early. I mean, leaving early in the game was a big deal. I think, but still, despite that, I think the Saints won 3/4 of the 4, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely seemed like the Cats were trying to make a comeback in the fourth, and made some costly mistakes and just couldn't get there. Dempsey looked really good. Tyson Tingle, fucking Sam DeConey. All them players really had really good impacts late game.
I think even when the Saints were rolling in the beginning, Tyson Stengel actually had a couple marks inside 50 when all odds were against him. Yeah. He just wasn't able to really capitalize as well. Dangerfield as well had a decent game in the end. But yeah, man, Geelong's just a little too late. I will say, even last week we did see the Saints have some type of ball movement issues at times.
Yeah.
And I think there was hints of that still this game, so that's something that they still need to tighten up on. Darcy Wilson had a greater impact in the first half than he did the second, so that kind of, I think, had something to do with also with Geelong playing, getting right in the second half as well. Yeah. But, yeah, man, Saints were impressive. If they can put together this type of effort against, and then Geelong's no slouch.
That's the thing, though. Saints ain't consistent. They've never been consistent. They don't get these games where you don't expect them to win and then just fall short of the finals. That's what they've been doing every year.
Yeah. And I think what was this? They said coming into this game, the Saints had won 3 straight against Geelong. Mm-hmm. So I think they just got Geelong's number right now. They don't really fuck with Geelong like that.
Guess not.
But not in GMHBA. I don't think they would have won this game.
Nah, I was surprised Geelong did mount as much of a comeback as they did, because Saints was looking very dangerous in the first half. But
it was looking bad.
Geelong seemed to settle down just too little, too late.
Mason Wood too, bro. Mason Wood had a great game as well, bro. It's just like all the boys really, they must have came together and decided that, look, last week was unacceptable, bro. We gotta, if it's just for 1 week, we gotta put together a great game, man. And they did that. So I'm excited to see if they can build on the consistency, man. Like they've had different coaches over the last couple of years. So can Ross Lyon keep this momentum going for the Saints, man?
Yeah. Shit, that's all I got, man.
And I as well. Hopefully we can get more games like this tonight. We got 3 more to go till round 2's over. But I don't think we'll get one of this magnitude.
Bruh. West Coast all day, every day.
You gonna be stressing like me earlier this week.
I'm Kuna Matata that shit, bro.
Oh, man,
like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. Tune in for the lives, recaps, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.